is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Raiders and the Vikings, and it's coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it will be the AFC champion Las Vegas Raiders taking on the champions from the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. It's been a good season for them so far. They're just looking to keep that momentum going forward.
They like their record. Now they want to increase it. A win here could really get the momentum going in the right direction.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Short one here, caught by McBride. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Shifts by him. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. 2 carries for him now in the opening drive, both for good yardage.
And based on film study, they thought that there was a chance to spring him more than once for some pretty good yardage in this game.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. Shrugs him off. And what a juke into space. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 53 yards rushing for him now on their opening drive of the Super Bowl. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage and then clearing space.
And the Raiders are going to have a first and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Flushed and feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Javon Kinlaw able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Throw out wide is incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Boswell's kick is good. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least she gets something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. And they'll be led out by their left-handed quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Draw play, Madison. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 31. Flush to his right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
They'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Now back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. First down, here's White. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. There to stop him, Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. Room here to run. Down the sideline he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs, 60 yards. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and the lead grows to 10-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Kene Nwangu now out of his end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Kene Nwangu. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. They'll be looking to get in the end zone again. Had the touchdown, as you see, last drive on 4 carries. And during the break, we were looking at some of the replays from the previous drive. Really good holes created, great space.
Yeah, I like the observation you had there during that break about, okay, they've got to do something to slow down their runners. So is it bringing in more defensive linemen? Is it dropping in extra linebackers? What are you going to do? Personally, I'm going to take my safety and drop him into the box. I'm going to have at least 7 in there until he shows that he can beat me through the air.
Yeah.
You've got to slow down the running game.
I was just going to say, you'll take the exposure in the passing game over the top until you can prove that you can stop the running game.
Sometimes you go cold because you haven't thrown it in a while. Let's see if he can heat up again.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Short one here, caught by McBride. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Jacobs going to try the middle to about the 26 here.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6. Over the middle, complete. It's Myers. His 2nd catch in the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday, Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And down by a field goal, they'll take over with excellent field position following the interception. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Good footwork at the 30. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on third down. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This will be from 49 yards out. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will knot us up at 10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you get the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 189 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
They go play action here on first down. This is taken in by McBride. Touchdown! Trey McBride, 28 yards. And the Raiders have taken the lead. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, what, 3-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nate Hobbs, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know.
He's got him in, complete. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Jacoby Myers, 27 yards. And the Raiders continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession, and we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now they try the right side here. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On play action, they'll throw. He'll buy some time right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Well, let's give some credit to the defense. They did a nice job there as they flushed him to his right. But he is able to buy some time, extend the play, and turn it into a short gain.
That is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 37 yards. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all, but right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 212 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complimentary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Here's 2nd and 8. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 4 catches already here in this Super Bowl. He's got another first down. Back to throw here. And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Max Crosby able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Ooh, the juke. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. Well, they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll set up a throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's got to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. They swing that out wide to Jacobs, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown! A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to a field goal. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Raider offense heading back for one final first-half drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Now that one came close to hitting the big scoreboard up there as the fair catch is made inside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It's a gain of 2, and it will be the final act of this first half of play. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. We just watched a solid first half from the 2022 rushing champ, Josh Jacobs. He's already over 200 yards rushing, as he's well on his way to what could be a record-breaking performance. These two teams have had plenty of extra time to make their final adjustments, but time's just about up. The final half of the NFL season is upon us. So let's get it back out to our Super Bowl broadcast team. Here's Brandon and Charles.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
And the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And they trail here in this Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Now a handoff to Chandler.
They juked him, and he works free. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
Right back to him on first down. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
They run it with Chandler.
And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Here's Chandler.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Back to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Chandler diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was finished off with a touchdown run from Ty Chandler.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. A little juke. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw in that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off, and the Vikings will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
2nd and 5. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His second catch in the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line.
Now Chandler. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
12 more yards there and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And the Raiders have got him.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here's Chandler on 2nd down.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
In motion comes the tight end left. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll run on first down. Chandler, and he'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
And this one is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3.
Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. So now that touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out?
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
He'll look to throw. That's caught left side. Myers with it. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll drop to throw.
Short.
Oh, he put on the clock with a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
An entire season coming down to this next quarter. 3 in the books here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And there's just 1 quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter.
They'll set up to throw. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here.
Short one here, caught by McBride.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Once again, it's Jacobs.
Brought down at the 20.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 14. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Try to run for it with Jacobs. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A 1-score game, 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. 2nd down and 4. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Forced out to his left. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, they certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. It just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Second and 12.
Now back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there of 22.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Nwangu going to get it on the counter. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line.
On the draw, it's Nwangu.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. They'll go right back to the Nwangu.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 45.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Straight ahead, here's Nwangu.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points, and they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like, they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
That is caught. He's got room at the 30. Powering his way forward.
And finally taken down at the 4-yard line.
Now 1st and goal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown, Raiders!
Josh Jacobs,
his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. Here in the fourth quarter, defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at early's opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Up the middle, Nwangu.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
On 3rd down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So now London down by a field goal, 23 seconds to go. They need at least a field goal to send this Super Bowl to overtime as they come up on first down. He's got McBride. Oh, a nice tackle, a 6-yard pickup, but they need more than that. Now 2nd and 4. He's back to throw. Goes right back to McBride. But I think the ball's out, and this will go out of bounds. How about that for an ending? Wild finish. Came down to the final play. But on that crazy note, this game is over. And they have done it. The Minnesota Vikings are the Super Bowl champions. And the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the land of 10,000 lakes. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.